They've been called one of the most destructive invasive birds on the planet. For decades, they've been a problem in Kenya's coastal region. Now, conservationists say Indian house crows have been spotted in Nairobi, and scientists are warning that if action is not taken fast, the capital could be overrun next. NMG's climate editor Zena Bondati has more.
This is where it started. Nairobi's City Stadium area on an ordinary day. Someone spotted the birds that shouldn't be here, chased them away and took a photo. That photo made its way to conservationists and confirmed a fear they've held for years. The Indian house crow has arrived in the capital.
Hizi ndege mimi nazionaga kama zimekuja zinapaka hapa, zinakuja zinakaa hapo.
The Indian house crow was brought to Zanzibar in the 1890s, imported deliberately to help clean up food waste. But within decades, it had spread to the Kenyan coast, first recorded in Mombasa by the late 1940s. Since then, it's become one of the coast's most persistent conservation headaches, raiding native birds' nests for eggs and chicks, dominating garbage sites and multiplying fast with few natural predators to hold it back. Now sightings have started in the city. They do not see it coming. Could we have stopped them from coming?
The population has been making its way inland, especially following the linear infrastructure like roads. And you're right, it's an invasive species. So first of all, it actually suppresses the population of the native species by, raiding on their nests, eating chicks, eggs, and outcompeting them in habitats in which they used to live.
Moving from the coast to Nairobi would once have meant flying over hundreds of kilometers of habitat that didn't suit it. But that's changed. Conservationists believe the crows likely travel the easy way along the transport corridors like Mombasa Road or the SGR line, hitching a ride on the same transport routes that move people and goods into the capital.
One of the things that make their population explode is the availability of supplemental food sources like what we have at the dam sites. So if we don't act quickly and they start breeding, then they can quickly explode because they will not be deprived of food sources in a city like this. So especially when we have areas where garbage is, organic waste actually, is easy to access.
The concern isn't just about one noisy, aggressive bird. Nairobi National Park sits inside the city limits, one of the only parks of its kind anywhere in the world. Wildlife biologists have raised concern that an established house crow population that could threaten native bird life and that growing numbers close to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport and Wilson Airport could raise the risk of bird strikes. Neither of those outcomes has happened yet, and a team from the National Museums of Kenya and the Kenya Wildlife Service have been conducting surveillance to determine exactly how many birds have arrived in the city and where they are. Thankfully, the small population sighted is still confined to the Shaurimoyo Bama Market area, with no sightings anywhere else.
The only method that is at our disposal is, of course, to use this particular chemical that targets them. And this has to be done in a very controlled way with the experts at the helm. So now the Crows No More program, if you allow me to say a thing about it, is that it has been tremendously successful, and that's what we are going to learn from. We are going to, of course, coordinate with the team at the coast and replicate that here. The good news as we speak right now is that the population that we have in Nairobi is confined within the Shaurimoyo Bama City Stadium area.
Are there countries that have had a similar problem to us and have successfully eradicated them?
We are learning a lot from South Africa. The house crow control in Durban, especially, was quite successful. We're also learning a lot from what happened in Sri Lanka. Yeah, they wanted to control the population there. So it's something that's doable. But then if you get that bigger picture, the interesting bit is that as we control our population of house crows here, we need to talk to our neighbors too, because the house crows are all the way in Tanzania, the coastal cities, including Dar es Salaam. So we need to talk to our neighbors so that they replicate what we do here if they are not already doing it.
The population of the Indian house crows at the coast is in the millions, and just this year, in the first 4 months of the year, at least 140,000 of those birds were killed by poisoning through a culling program. Conservationists, however, warn that poisoning alone is not enough because crows are highly intelligent, and therefore if they see one of them dying because of something they ate, something that was poisoned particularly, they will know to avoid it through something known as bait shyness. Culling hasn't started here in Nairobi yet, but researchers say that an early start will give the city a fighting chance. Zainab Wandati, NTV, Nairobi.